Hi guys! Today I'm reviewing the Aroma Housewares 3-in-1 Super Pot with grill plate. Aroma sent me this sample so I could tell you what I think of it. The unit comes with a cool touch base. This is the non-stick pot that goes into the base. There is a slot here. You can just slide this through. It just sits right in the base. The pot is cast aluminum and has a non-stick interior. This is the temperature control probe. It plugs into the port in the base. The temperature dial should be set to off. The dial goes from warm, 200 degrees, all the way to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Without the probe, the unit measures about 13 inches across and about 5 inches in height. A glass lid is included. Use the lid when you're steaming, simmering, or slow cooking. The cord is about 37 inches long. A quick start guide is included, as well as an instruction manual with a few recipes. The unit weighs a little bit over 3 pounds and is extremely light. You can use this pot as a grill, slow cooker, or steamer. Let's go ahead and test this 3-in-1 pot. First, I'll try the grill function. Before using, wash the pot base and lid with warm soapy water and dry. Plug the unit in. Rub the surface with a little oil. There's no preheating with this grill. You could put food directly into the pot and start cooking. Here I have 2 chicken breasts. I've marinated them in a little bit of olive oil, lemon juice, salt, pepper, and turmeric. I'll put the meat on the grill. To grill, we can set the dial to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. The indicator light will come on. It's a little orange light. You can cover the pot with the lid or not when grilling. It really depends on what you're cooking and how fast you want it done. Here's the orange indicator light, and it'll turn off when the pot reaches the set temperature. Within about 30 seconds, the grill is already very hot. I'm going to grill the chicken breast with no lid. Since the interior is non-stick, don't use any metal tongs. Use wood or high-heat plastic utensils. You can see there's nice grill marks. It's been just 3 minutes on one side before I turned it over. Nice grill marks on the other side. And it looks like there's even heat all around. There's not any one part that's really dark and another part that's very light. It looks pretty even. It's been 2.5 minutes. You can see the other side is nicely grilled. But the chicken is not cooked in the middle yet, so what I'm going to do is cover it and turn down the heat to 300 because I don't want the chicken to burn outside. Going to turn the chicken over. Almost done, maybe another minute. It's been a minute. And the chicken feels cooked. I'm going to take them off the grill. Turn the dial to off. Remove the probe. Unplug the unit and let it cool. The base is still cool to the touch. Of course, the grill itself is very hot. When it's cool, you can put all the parts in the dishwasher or wash with warm soapy water. Before using again, dry all the parts. We'll loosely cover the chicken with a little foil, let it rest for a few minutes, and then cut into it. The grease on the surface wipes away easily with a paper towel. The pot is still a little warm. Everything comes off really easily. When this cools, I'll wash it, and then we'll try out the steaming function. It's been about 5 minutes. I'll take the foil off. Depending on the size, you should be able to fit about 4 or 5 chicken breasts on this grill. So it's a family-sized pot. You can see the piece is cooked. This is the thicker part of the breast. It's cooked and it's moist. Try the other piece. And this piece is also cooked. It looks very juicy. I'll go ahead and taste a piece. Chicken's very moist, juicy, and cooks perfectly. As you saw, the griddle gets really hot at 375. The chicken breast was browning on both sides very quickly, so it was best to cover it, lower the heat, and cook for a few minutes until the inside was cooked. After I steam the vegetables, I'll make some pork chops with onions, and I'll cover the meat when cooking it to see how well that works. Let's try steaming some broccoli. In the manual, there is a steaming table with the type of food and approximate time to steam. With steaming, you can put the food on a metal rack or a heat-safe dish or directly on the grill. I don't have a rack that fits inside, so I'm just gonna put the broccoli directly in the pot. Here is my washed and cut broccoli. This is about 3 cups of broccoli. Pour in a cup of water. Put the cover on. The dial should be on high setting. The highest is 450, so I'm going to turn the dial to 450. Now we'll see how long it takes to cook the broccoli. After 1.5 minutes, you can hear the water boiling. The water's boiling away. You can smell the broccoli cooking. It's nice to be able to see through the glass lid so you know what's going on with your food. There's a lot of hot steam coming out, so just be careful. It's been 6 minutes and the broccoli is starting to get bright green. It's been 8.5 minutes. The broccoli looks like it's just about done. I'm going to take the cover off. Be careful again, there's a lot of steam. And it's done. The knife pierced it very easily. So the broccoli can be done in even 7 minutes depending on how tender you like it. I'll turn the dial to off. There's a couple of tablespoons of water left in the pot. 1 cup of water is recommended in the manual, but I think maybe even 3/4 of a cup would work. So the steam function works well. Now I'll try making smothered pork chops. This is similar to the recipe in the booklet. These are center cut pork chops. I've just put a little salt, chili powder, turmeric, garlic powder, marinated them for about half an hour. Let's see if my 3 big pork chops will fit in here. These are very large, as you can see. They just make it. I'm going to turn the dial to 375. I do want to add a little bit of oil, just so nothing sticks. It shouldn't because it's non-stick, but still. This time I'm going to cook the pork chops with the lid on. It's been about 3 minutes. I'm just going to check the chops. Cook for a few minutes more on the other side. Filled on the other side. Take these out. I'm going to turn the heat down to 350 and add some onions, some butter. Saute this until they're soft. I'll put the cover on so they cook faster. Just stir it once in a while. And you can see the onions are soft. They don't have to be golden brown. They just have to be a little soft. So this is perfect. It's brown because of the spices, not because of the onions themselves. I'm going to put a little bit of salt. This is a cup of water with a little bit of cornstarch. If you have stock, you can substitute that. Put the chops back in. Just like to coat them on both sides. And don't forget to pour in the juices from the meat. Put the lid on and turn the heat down to 300. We'll cook this for a few minutes and check the pork chops. One thing you have to watch with this unit is that it gets really hot really quick. So you will have to adjust the temperature and watch the food that you're cooking. Just going to turn the chops over. You can see that the gravy is getting nice and thick because of the cornstarch. We'll cook this for a few more minutes. The pork chops look like they're done. I'm going to turn the heat off. It stops boiling very quickly also. If you want the sauce thicker, you can add a little bit more cornstarch, cover it, and let it simmer. Here are our 3 pork chops smothered with onions and gravy. They look really good. I'm gonna just cut into a piece and taste it. It's definitely cooked. It's very tasty. The meat is juicy. The onions are soft and full of flavor. It's very spicy because I went a little nuts with the chili powder. So if you heard me coughing or sneezing in between, it's from the chili powder. Just cut into the other pieces also. They're all cooked evenly, so that means that the heat is distributed evenly in the pot. Basically with this aroma, you get a grill and a pot. So you can grill your meat, you can steam vegetables, and make things like these smothered pork chops. It did well on all 3 functions. Like I said, the only thing you have to watch for is the heat. It does get very hot very quick. So you can't just put your food in and walk away. You do have to check it every few minutes. If you're going to use this pot to slow cook for hours, it's best to use a lower temperature. If you want to try out this aroma, I've put a link in the description below. As always, I hope you found this review useful. Subscribe and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.